think the wrong way to go about entrepreneurship is, you know what would be really neat to do, and not really knowing anything about it. I got into the dry cleaning business in the late 80s because I thought, boy, this would be really neat to do. I'd seen pizza shops kind of roll up, and that was the entrepreneurial thing to do in the late 80s, early 90s, before the internet was called the roll-up. You would buy a company, like a small business, then another one, then another one, then another one, create a stock, and gradually you create this national chain of whatever it was. You know, I thought I'd do that with dry cleaning. Wouldn't this be neat? What can I roll up? I know dry cleaning. Knew nothing about the business, had no concept of anything. Went deeply into debt, walked in the very first day, stuck, and was like, oh my gosh, I've made a horrible mistake here. It was just miserable. So that's the wrong way. And of course, we wound up being bankrupt. Out of that, I had this database, and that part sort of started to work. And it was like, okay, now I can see my customers. I can see that if I can't get to 3 visits from a new customer, I'll never see that customer again. And I had a real problem because I had all this fantastic data, and there was no way I could talk to these new customers. There was no way I could talk to these people. Like, paper can't scale. I can't call enough of them on the phone. And that's when I sort of discovered email. It worked really well. You know, I was able to download my data, and it was very hard. I would have to segment these lists, and then I was doing Front Page, which is an early Microsoft product that allowed you to build web pages, which, you know, was about as dumb as I could get. But I would paste those into Outlook Express and blast those emails out to people. And other dry cleaners came to me and started asking me about, hey, can you do this for me? So like my Sundays, I was doing Outlook email front page paste as a service for other dry cleaners around the country. And I got really fortunate because a guy who used to be a driver for me, making about $300 a week, got early into online gaming, and he and a buddy started this company called NetDirect up in Broad Ripple. And like 2 years later sold the thing for $5 million, and this is by now '99. And he had these 2 developers, John Hurley, which some of you guys know, and Ben Timby. And the company that bought them let those guys go, and my friend Larry was like, yeah, have these guys try and build software for what you're doing. I'm like, seriously? And you know, just that's the luck part of entrepreneurship, which is really important. You know, we've been at this only 4 years, going into our 5th year, so we're still really new to this game in the world. I can just tell every day, you know, the world is coming in. I talked earlier about enemies. You know, when you think about going after SEOs, you know, we threaten them right off the bat. Bad move, right? The WordPress and things like that. We made enemies out of all these people, the social people. We made enemies. Doesn't matter. Engagement. If you can't make, you know, and what I'm really loving about this content marketing hub is we don't make any enemies here, right? Everybody has this problem, and now we really understand it after 4 years of battling here better than I think anybody else.